preaching, to keep speaking, and to keep pushing.
I think that is fantastic. That's why I told you, I say almost what you have faced and what you are doing is almost similar to what I do. I think the reason why I also started is not basically because of me.
Yes.
I was in the same condition, but there are people who could not speak, because I remember in back 2019 when I started this activism, I barely speak English. My English was more broken than a broken bottle. so I don't know anything. My illiteracy was so loud that people make jest of me, make fun of me. But when I embark on this journey, I sacrifice my time. I learn. I make research, but which kind of research was I making? Because I don't know how to make research, but consistency bring me to the light. So when I started advocacy, the first thing I always say is that refugees are not a burden, but the nation where we are living make us become a burden then, because we are not physically challenged.
Yes.
We are mentally okay. We can work. We can do everything. Why don't you give us the opportunity to integrate, grab our certificates or something like that, then work? There are 1,000 jobs opportunity that can contain almost all of us. Still, you refuse those to work. You are complaining that you are a burden, that we are receiving social benefits, but you don't voice out to the people that you refuse us to work. Even schools in Germany, for example, I have never been to language school. In my whole time I lived there, I learned alone. Because as far as you are a refugee, there is a place where we live, we call it Ankerzentrum, which is mean anchor center, which means 3 words. One is arrival, one is decision, and another one is deportation. So when you come into the country, they will accommodate you, give you interview, decide on your interview, then deport you to your country. So immediately you arrived, you don't have no legal right to do anything. So there is something we call Dublin. Dublin means that it was decided in Dublin. I think it was either 2015 or 16 or 17 that any refugees that came into the EU, not all European countries, but into the EU territory, that have passed from either EU, from Italy, before he goes to Germany, automatically you have to be deported back to that first country, which means the first country that takes responsibility, the first country have to take responsibility of you, where you give your first fingerprint. And Germany took it more serious because Germany is in center of Europe. You can't arrive in Germany without passing through Italy, Netherlands, Austria, France, Belgium, all those countries. So they took it more personal, and that is the destination of many refugees. They want to go to Germany because they have the almost highest, bigger economy. So, but when we come there, our life becomes trauma. Since when I arrived in Germany, that is where I know what trauma is. I don't sleep. Even up till now, I'm still under the influence of being a refugee in Germany. I barely sleep 4 hours. I don't think that since